wanna be free when my people to prosper and hold it down. Don't you sit and wait, contemplating on a revolution. The time is now. I just wanna be free. 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 Can't you see? I just wanna be free.
Okay. Another episode of the Things I Wish I Knew About Money podcast. But wait. It's 175 episodes. Burp, 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 burp. I know I haven't done that sound in a minute, but I actually acknowledged how many episodes I have. And the one thing I forgot to mention last week, I guess because I was so in my head, happy Financial Literacy Month in the States. So I'm excited for that because you know me, I'm all about financial literacy. I know this year I haven't really posted anything. I've been grinding when it comes to taxes and everything. So forgive me for all that, but I will definitely try to start posting something, whether it's, twice a week just to catch up. And also, big up Black Moms Connections. I just did a webinar again with them. And it was lovely. Like we were really chatting, and I'm always able to share my story and why I think black moms or black parents in general are amazing, because I don't know how I'm gonna do it. So yeah, I just want to give a shout out to Black Moms Connection. And whew, last week, I won't talk about last week yet, because that once our lovely guest comes true, then I'll be able to talk about it. But I just want to catch up with everything, and it's beautiful weather. I, as you can see, I can still see the solar eclipse. I know people said it lasted for an hour and stuff, but technically speaking, to me, it only lasted 3 minutes. And I mean, I was scared to look at the solar eclipse. I was really scared. I had my shades on, and I was like, I'm not looking. I'm not looking. So I just want to know who else in the chat um experienced the solar eclipse or had a look. There is some phenomenal photos and videos that I saw. So if you want to share that, please let me know. Right? So yeah, let's see. So what else what was going on? April is very busy all of a sudden, but I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad. Again, it's tax season. Get your taxes done. If you haven't messaged me, if you haven't asked for the questionnaire, what are you waiting for? What are you waiting for, folks? So please, once again. But I'm gonna have an episode next week to talk about that, because again, the webinars that I had the previous week, it was amazing. And I think the best thing to do is to talk about the scams that have been going on. There was a new scam that happened as of late, but I mean, I'll discuss about that another time. Really be careful. Actually, it's going to relate with what we're talking about today, because we're going to be talking about technology and AI. And I want folks to really be mindful about the things that they search, and the information that you put on what the what's the word? What is a sometimes I forget the words, so the wild world web, is that the saying? I think that's the saying. um I just want you guys to be very cautious of the information that you put on, and also the phone calls that you receive from folks. I'm telling you, CRA is not going to call you. They're going to send something in the mail or email you to check your CRA online account. So don't get tricked. Don't get lost in the sauce and things, right? Um I'm just waiting a little bit, but no worries, no worries. Um what else happened in the week? It's a long week. I can't remember at this moment in time, but it's okay. So I'm actually, let me start off with saying big up Christopher Lawrence, actually. Um, I'm really, really excited to have celebrated his fifth anniversary celebration. I didn't get the memo. I did read the memo, but I didn't have the memo. It was supposed to be a black tie or a black and white affair, and I did wear black. I did wear black, but I also wore green. And I was only going based on, how I felt. So I couldn't do anything else. So Christopher, thank you for amazing evening. People won a TV, people won I event. I event? If you do come on, Christopher, let me know so I can post up everything. Um there was amazing jazz singer, and big up my friend Shoshana. She killed it with her poetry, and there was a drumming session. So I'm really happy. I thought the entertainment was amazing. It's been a while since I've been listening to, maybe that's a lot, but it's been a while since I've actually been out and enjoyed myself, and at the same time network, because normally it's either I network and I don't, like, dance up and things, not dancing crazy, but doing my 1 2 step, and then also networking. So I met a lot of folks. Neil was there, Andrew was there, Georgianne was there, Tamara. Who else? Who else? Of course, Christopher was there. Kemba was there. There was a lot of folks. Kenneth Topping was there. You know what? But, however, there was another individual that was there as well, and we linked up. He has been on here before, right? And one thing that I admire is Hizzy. He's very quick on making content and everything. And so, brr, 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 here comes Hizzy. Whoa, I pick up myself, sir. What? Perfect timing.
Hey, greetings and blessings to all of the elevated ones out there.
ah,
How
ah,
are you
ah.
doing? The fitness of the finance, Miss Camille, and everyone. Blessings to you all.
Bum, bum, bum. I was just mentioning to them about Christopher's event and how amazing it was. Even the TV. Someone was able to get a TV.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
just the just seeing Christopher's um journey in the 5 years,
Mhm.
and folks, I'm gonna tell you, it was packed.
Yes, it
It
was.
was packed up. And it just shows you that networking and marketing does work. So I know who to call when I want to do an event.
Right,
Christopher for sure.
for sure.
Right.
Hmm.
um and then honestly, I didn't think I was gonna see you there because you live up north, but
Right,
you're able, of course, for Christopher, we do anything, right?
right, right,
And
right.
it was just amazing seeing you, and then you were able to have more books to your collection.
Yes, yes,
How's it
yes.
been? How's it been? Tell the folks if they
It's
haven't heard about you,
mhm.
tell them about you. Oops.
All right. Blessings to you all. My name is Hezzy. I wear many hats. One of the hats is self published author. So I'm the author of Afro Pig Adventure. It's the incredible genius Imhotep. I'm the author of Truly Melanin Presents Self Care Sundays. I'm the author of You Can Be And I'm also, this is my newest one, is for the parents. Screen Free Superstars, a parent's guide to limiting screen time. Okay, that's one of the hats. I take
Ooh.
that hat off. I put on
Ooh.
another hat. I am also an
Mm.
AI curriculum specialist, AI marketing specialist. So if you need some AI animation videos, you can link me. If you need some AI marketing, you can link me. School presentations, you can link me. Just link me. Just link me.
I love it. I love it. I
Just
love
link
it.
me. Hmm.
Honestly, that part, um, because folks, Hizzy and I have been for what, a good year or so,
Yeah.
and once I saw your Instagram and I saw the avatars, I was like, hold on, sir, how are you doing this? And then
Yeah.
I just noticed that you are AI marketing specialist. That's dope. And
Yeah.
how did you? So obviously you're an author, educator, and everything. What made you, go into that world?
Perfect. It's all story time. So let's talk about
Story
stories.
time, story time.
What happened? Let me see if I can close. Oh, it's a cat opened this door. Hold on.
The
Open the
cats
door.
are always
Exactly.
sneaky.
I'm at my family's house, so everything's good. You got cats opening doors like, Ezzy, what's going on? But it's story time.
Mm.
How did I get into this? Yes. Let's think of the. I was to tell you specifically about AI. I was
Yeah,
hanging out in Mexico, and I was lying on the bed, and I was
gotcha.
looking at just doing my scrolling, and I saw Billie Jean show up, and he said something that captivated me about getting your time back and free time and the way the world is going. And I always knew that I have to take advantage of social movements. Like I didn't, I,
Hmm.
I personally didn't want to be the person sitting back talking to my grandchildren or whatever and saying I missed this opportunity. Why? As you're getting older, you see a lot of people deal with regret, and I always knew that I did not want to be that kind of person. You know what I mean? So I knew that this was the next up and coming big thing. Like back in the day, the early 2000s was the internet and all that stuff. I said,
Hmm.
let's get into this. And especially I love stories, and I knew that this was the next thing. I did it, and I would advise it to everybody. So by the power of the Most High, I'm going to be graduating next week. So I'm going to be going to graduation.
Oh,
And yeah,
oh,
it was a 16-week program, one of the best programs. I'd say one of the best, one of the most hardest. Like I mean, I've done university twice in different classes, but I mean, I was in the class like this, like, and they want us to do this by next week. Like I mean,
wow.
it was a challenge. Like I had to learn Facebook, I had to learn Facebook ads, I had to learn how to write copy. It was just, it was a whole, there was nothing that I had in my past to kind of say, oh, this is easy. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
just for me. But it was one of the greatest things. Is just the creativity and the power of AI. Is an $840 billion e-learning industry. So I've also fused education with it.
Hmm.
So then
Hmm.
now as an educator,
Yes.
I'm going into schools. I'm teaching people about. I have some different programs. I went to some schools in Peel where I talked about BSAs. I help BSAs. I help students with their identity. I also
Mm.
have done some writing workshops. I'm doing 12-week programs, leadership program in AI. So I'm doing a lot of like content and AI. I'm working with artists who want to do some marketing and want to get their videos out there. That's what I do. You want to talk about the avatars? Yes, every single character in every single book is
Yes.
animated. So
Yes.
Truly, if you follow my Instagram, you see Truly is teaching the children. She comes in and she's like, "Greetings and blessings, elevated ones." And then I got my next brethren over here, Nick. He greets the children and he talk about affirmation. So it's very important for the students to see themselves represented in the text, especially
Absolutely.
with this new technology. Very engaging. I've been doing presentations in Peel, and I've gotten the
Yeah.
feedback. The students are like they want more. They're highly
Hmm.
engaged. So this is
Yes.
one thing now. And a lot of parents they ask me like, hey, as a father, they love the mothers want to get their young boys to read a lot more. That's one question I get on a consistent basis. Is like, okay, my daughter's reading, but my son is not interested. I said,
Yeah.
okay, if you want to try, I have some new stuff coming soon. It's called interactive ebooks, and it's really, I'll let you know, but it's all these guys like where the book comes alive. So I'm going to be
Mm,
sharing. So if you look at my Instagram and you see some of the video that I did with the Sizzler dub plate, bringing things alive, the books with the technologies that the books, you can open up the books, press a button, and then the picture comes alive. So it's movies in books. So that's the next thing that
golly.
we're going to be dealing with. You will be the first one to hear about it. We're going to launch it big. Bop, 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 bop. We're taking reading, we're taking it to the next level. So that's what we're going to be doing.
That's dope. Like just you saying this is just like my brain like forming. I'm like, yo, how can I be part of this, and how can I like just be part of it? Because honestly know that AI is the future, and 12 weeks. Wait, 12 or 16?
It
You
was
just
16. It was about
16
16,
weeks.
16 weeks. One of the most
Oh,
transformative, I would say. Like I've done
yeah.
two courses back to back. So I did, also, we're
Wow.
talking about the bio,
Hmm.
Mind Valley certified life coach as well. So I did Mind Valley, and then that really helped me with transformational psychology, helping people understand where they are and where they
Yes.
want to go. So then I also infuse that with the AI artwork. So I talk to the person, we have a little bit of a one on one, we start talking, where do you want to go with this? Do my assessment, and then we see where we want to go. So it's a lot of self development that I've been doing the last
Okay.
few years, really. Mhm.
Yeah. And I feel like you were able to knock the book out, like the last book out within, correct me if I'm wrong, 6 months or
Yeah,
less.
less. I can, because one thing I'll tell you the secret sauce. A lot of the books, if you don't mind me reading on your platform, I'm going to show you
By
something.
all means.
Um, Let me read this to you. See, peace,
Mm.
everybody. My name is Nick. This is my amazing Afro pick. With this pick, I comb my Afro on an adventure. Here we go. Are you finding something that's Is there a certain pattern that you're seeing there, Miss Camille? What is the
I
pattern?
hear the rhyme, but I heard Afro. I heard the pick. Say it again just in
Okay,
case.
see, so here's some more. We are going to Egypt, an ancient land. This is where
Okay.
many great wonders stand.
Mm.
Egypt is one of the world's oldest nations. The city of Saqqara is my destination. So,
Mm.
when you were asking about knocking them out in like 6 months, the real secret sauce is the rhyme. Because
Okay.
I
Yes.
rhyme every
Yes.
single time. Uh-oh, I want to deal with the business. I'm talking to
Hmm.
Camille with the financial fitness. Oh,
Hey.
I'm just getting started. Now that's how
Mm.
I start to write all my rhymes. I go the extra mile. I'm doing
Hmm.
this in classrooms and watching all the children smile. Oh, how Hezzy is so versatile. Oh, if I had some more, I'd rock it down with some new Nile or some Dax. I'm hitting off some facts. Oh, they say he's trying to liberate the blacks. Oh, and every single person. Oh, I'm just messing around. Oh, so that's how I do it. I got those long drives from the countryside to the city, and I turn off the
True.
radio. Yep, so I turn off the radio, and I'm like,
Mm.
okay, you're introducing, and just mess around with the voices and Mr. Elevation and to every nation, and then I just start driving down and coming
Mm.
from the knot. There's the
Yes.
north and the knot. I'm coming from the knot. I'm coming from them high up heights. It's just
Whoa.
freestyling, always wild, and then profiling, and then that's where the books come. Because I went through some of my rhyme
Okay.
books, and I've
Hmm.
written like these rhymes. This is like a 20-year-old rhyme that I had when I first
Wow.
started off with Elevated Grounds. Oh, like
Mm.
almost 20 years ago, one of the first rhymes I would wear afro, go into schools and perform this, and then I said, it never left me. So that's how I do it. I'll tell you another story. Story time with Hezzy. This one was written in between phone calls when I used to work at Pizza customer service. So I used to take all the phone calls, and when everyone's going to dances on a Friday night and Saturday night, I'm there
Mhm.
like, hey, how can I help you with your pizza? And in between calls, I'm just freestyling. So that really helped me with my voices, working on the voices. Like yesterday, I was buying something, and my son's like, oh, are you going to put on that voice again? Because whenever I order, I can, I just practice the voices, right? Hey, how are you? And but it works. I'm telling you, I exude a certain vibe, and you get things on the
Yes.
phone like, hey, how are you? And I practiced for like 3 years while I was in university. I was on the phone, and
Yes.
people would tell me stuff. They talked to me all about hockey. People talked to me about like pizza. Like people weren't even calling for pizza. People just wanted to talk. People
Just
tell me
have a
about
conversation.
people would talk
Stories.
to me about their dog. People talk
Hmm.
to me about Air Jamaica.
Yeah.
Some people even try to pick
Yes.
me up over the phone. So it's like you can realize that there's a lot of lonely people out there, and there's a lot of people who just want to talk. So then I
Absolutely.
start to practice the voices, and I learned
Mm,
all about different sports, and
yeah.
certain people are very interesting in the city. Yeah,
So it you just triggered me to think of something because it's true, like especially with the pandemic, people did get lonely and wanted to really reach out to folks. And ooh, hold on, I'm gonna show some of the comments soon. So
very
like um people being isolated and lonely and wanting to reach out, I feel like you about to have the avatar that's able to be animated and they could press play. It's like someone's like speaking to them.
yeah,
It's so entertaining. Like literally the other day, um was doing a story time with a friend and things, and it was like this was actually more entertaining than watching a show because you just
yes,
use your imagination
that's it.
and then just and I know like with your books you can actually see it and feel it, but imagine like doing having the ebook and it's
Yes,
animated. It's just a different
yeah,
type of storytelling. And
hmm
voila, we have people there. We have people. We have Dr. Vibe saying
yes, Doctor
greetings,
Vibe.
greetings.
Greetings, blessings,
And
Doctor Vibe.
saying
Yes,
thanks for allowing me here, of course. And then big up Vanessa. Boop, boop, boop. And she's saying, actually that book for I actually bought that book for my son. Representation is so important, and that's true. I even
thank
got it for
you,
my nephew as well.
thank
So
you.
I feel like everyone that you want to see that image. And another thing that you said that was really important, seeing the avatar as you, because we know that as the avatars, they're not really seeing certain colors, and we definitely want that representation when we see the avatars, especially for the youths growing up and having that feeling of, oh, maybe AI is something that I want to get into, and then also still reading and hey, I'm trying to see how we could do this in personal finance too.
Got it. I already have some ideas. So, because remember, let's talk. I'm a
Mm,
teacher as well, right? So
exactly.
this is, and I was just doing some studies yesterday. It's a $480 billion industry of e-learning. Now I'm going to drop some science for us as
Hold on, we have to
melanated
write
people.
this.
Yeah, don't worry, you and I will link.
480? 400.
$480 billion industry, what they're estimating it to be by I think 2030. Because now I'm going to tie in everything that you said about the pandemic, and a lot of us had to go online for that. And you can see how education is now taking a turn. Like a lot of people are even deciding, do they want to go to get a degree, or like what I just did? I went to a 16 month, 16-week course with
Hmm.
somebody offering a specific skill that you can then take it right to the marketplace. You
Exactly.
understand? So the landscape of education and things are changing. Now, the reason now when someone wrote down there about representation is important, I think it was Miss Vanessa Rooted,
Yes.
was because the psychology for the young people, when they the children 0 to 7, when in their subconscious mind, when they start to see these things, it imprints on their mind, right? So when you
Hmm.
start to see a truly melanin breaking down affirmations and her loving herself and talking to you about, I have her doing a lesson on affirmations. I have a lesson of her talking about of wellness. Like these are all the things I use in schools. Don't worry, it's coming to the public soon. But it does something because I'll tell you a story. I was at York Woods Public School in Toronto, and I
Hmm.
was doing a reading there. And one of the students, I have an ex-president with there. She went like this, like this, like this. And then we stopped the storytelling session and goes, why are you stopping? Like, why do you respond like that? She's like, because she looks just like me. And I'm seeing
Mm.
that when they see truly melanin, and they see her talking to them, that you can see the joy. Many
Yeah.
times I've animated people with locks and stuff like that. And then somebody came into the classroom, another school. I was doing some work at Chief Dan George in Toronto. And one of the students goes, wait, do you know my dad? And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know his dad. I just created this own my character. But the black youth are like, wait, I know that person. That look like you're my dad or Brethren. I'm like, no, I just made this person. But they're able to draw a connection with people who look like them. So that also increases the engagement. So, because reading is fundamental, there's a lot of things that are connected with your success and your ability to read. So I found it very important to add multimedia to the reading experience, right? So when we're talking about finance, you and I can whip up a book, no problem. In
Hmm.
Ontario, they're already having that's an intro at grade 4. So we tie that into curriculum, and then for even
Finally.
there's a large homeschooling population. There's a large population of people who just want their children to be excellent and just rise to the occasion. So people will invest in their children, and the things that I write is for the family. So I'm designing educational informational tools that the families can elevate, right?
Yes.
So that's how I design my products.
Ooh, and your newest book,
Mm.
Adults for
No screen
uh
fit. Yeah,
Scre-
I'm getting
yes,
the angles right. I'm trying to get the angles. It's like reverse, like
yeah.
screen picture. Okay, okay. Here it
So,
is. Mm-hmm.
and I know a lot of parents are gonna be like, come, let me read this book. Yes, we need to
Yes.
figure out how to
Yeah.
reduce the screen time. What made you think about creating that book, especially for
Perfect.
that
Perfect. This one directly. Here's the story. I was at a school and I
one?
was teaching a lesson, and I needed the young men. I usually in my special ed classes I usually deal with the young boys,
Yes.
and I just had them to say, guys, I need you to take down to come off the computers, right? We're gonna do some work. And one of the children, like, it was a hard time. Like, he was holding the computer like this, and he was just like, and I'm like, I remember like yesterday, I was just like holding it, and we had to coax him for me to give it. Then I would lock it up, and then I would start to see the withdrawal. Like, okay, like when am I going to get my computer back? Like, you know what I mean? It's just like, and then I'm like, okay, this is a lot more than just me
Yeah.
taking the computer. And the blessing that at the school that I worked at, it was attached to a library. So after that, I'm like, this was something that was so bizarre. So I jumped and
Mm,
talked to the librarian,
yeah.
and she went and got me this book called Boys Adrift. And it's talking
Mm,
about just like the lack of motivation in young boys nowadays, and looking at all the different issues. And one of them was about the screen addiction. And then
yes.
I said, "Oh boy, this is a big pandemic in all communities about the screen." And as a
Mm,
teacher, I saw that, and I'm like, the man's holding it like this, and they're ready to cry, and I'm like, okay, this is something different. And then I
mm,
really started to study that as one of my personal studies of what's happening with the addiction. Why are they on the screens? The dopamine being released.
yeah.
They are feeling successful. Remember, you were talking about a lot of people I showed in the book, oh, this is perfect. And then we have to now flip it like they don't, there's a problem, but there's a reason why they're on the screen as well, right? They are getting instant relief. We just came out of a pandemic. They're on the screens, young boys and young girls, but mostly young boys. They're getting a
Mm,
lot of success. You might not be successful in school, but if I can bust up shots in Fortnite and kill off everybody, then I'm the man, and
video
everyone
games.
hails me up, and then people start talking to me, and then I'm the guy.
Hmm.
Oh, this and that. So they're getting rewards. They're like their self esteem is like, oh, you give me a math class and you can be failing, but when I get on this thing, I'm busting up everybody. I'm busting up people from international spots. Like, I'm the guy. So there's a payoff that they're getting dopamine and they're getting success. You understand? So it's not just like, oh boy, I come off of the screen. It's like I'm on the screen because I'm successful, and it relieves stress, right? So it's a very intricate situation that we
Yes.
really, as a society, have to really just delve into and start that conversation.
Now that you said that, it just made me realize how virtual reality is going to
VR, yes, VR, yes,
boy, and we're gonna try to keep it as PG as
of
possible. But
course, of course.
even
Hey.
when you looked at like Black Mirror and
Mm,
just going into that world and reality,
mm.
um, how are you going to be able to, and after that study, how are you going to be able to keep the children or the young boys in this reality?
Yeah,
Because I know, and you know what, I'm my phone everywhere. My phone always with me, right?
same, same, same.
And it's something that us adults have to um be representative of that too. Like if our children see us always on the phone or we're giving them an iPad to distract them, I think it's a great idea to provide them with a book instead, right?
Yep.
Like there should be a challenge. And I know someone's gonna be like, "But Cam, do you read all the time?" I'm like, "Hey, don't come for me." I read articles. I read articles on the
Mm,
phone, at least. I
mm,
should do more reading, but like especially with tax season, I'm good with listening.
Yes.
to something
Yeah.
while I'm working.
Hmm.
But I just think it's great to do both,
Yeah.
especially with children, because they don't have to do no work
Hmm. Well,
yet.
yeah. Yeah. They have
No
their
homework,
stresses.
homework.
They have their world. But I'll tell you a story. It's story time with Hezzy, right? So the thing with this book, it first started off as an ebook, and I
Boom.
found it like, again, there's limitations for it, whatever type of technology you want to have. I can take this anywhere as long as I have sunlight or whatever I can read. But
Yes.
with the ebook, you have to, like, I find like a lot of people might not be that savvy because it was on my site, then you download it and you get it to it's just different. Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, let me just go back. What my success is books. I was trying to be all techie. Let me get you
Yes.
this ebook and email it to you. And I'm like, the people like, where's the book, right? So I just, I got some things, and let's just read, use
Mhm.
let's see what I can talk about. Create beneficial family screen habits. Keeping children from spending too much time in front of a screen works best when it's a family decision. Children learn from parents, exactly what you just said, and older siblings. And if the older family members are on their cell phones most of the day,
Mm,
that's what they will want to do also. And again, I have the representation in here. So
nice.
again, I will be adding this and sending you the link. I know I have it right now. I must have tore up my website, but I'm going to have it up and ready. But here it
Boom.
is, right? I have
Bam.
it ready. So it's very interactive. Hey,
Yes.
now you want to hear another question? You want to hear
Mm,
something cool? Cool?
mm.
Hezzy, where did you get
Boy,
those pictures? Look at those
boy.
pictures. Look at those pictures,
Ooh.
Hezzy. Can you tell us where you got those pictures from? I'll only tell Camille. Listen, AI.
Ooh.
Oh, Camille, that's not
Mm.
my family. What? Hezzy,
I
what
actually,
is that?
I when I seen that, I was like, "Sir, don't tell me you used AI." He's like, "Yeah, I did." I was like, "That's crazy." We do have a question. Are
Of
all
course.
are all your books published on Amazon or what other platforms? 'Cause I feel like it's on your it's
Website.
website, and I don't worry, we have it in the
Mm-hmm. Hezzy elevates minds. Yeah, this one has to get added on there, Vanessa. And I'm gonna pull on my teacher hat. Okay. And
Mhm,
I talked to the elevated one. So two of my books
mhm.
are on Amazon.
Okay.
This one, first
Yeah.
book. This is like my
Mhm.
number one seller everywhere I go. It's You Can Be.
Boom, boom,
And
boom.
then this one, right?
Mm. Yes.
So now those are on Amazon. And then Truly Melanin, I've got to put on Amazon too. I've been getting requests. Somebody, yeah, interesting stories about Truly Melanin. So two are there, and then the other three are on the Hezzy Elevates Minds. And this is hot off the press. Like this one, I just brought this. When you saw me that day, Camille, like
Yeah.
hot off the lips, you see how it's shining and stuff? Hot off the press, just like maybe a week, 2 weeks ago. I have to put it all up on this stuff. So I'm just walking around with this and talking to the inner crew. But since your crew's here, I got to hit up the fitness finance and set this up tonight. I do have it set up. Give me a day
Yeah,
and I'll
yeah,
set it up properly. Yeah, with the physical. But I was going to tell you the reason why. Well, yeah, there's no reason why on Amazon. But I'm going to teach again for the self-published people out there.
boom, bam, boom.
Sometimes you can put things on Amazon, right? And then you don't really get to converse with your clients anymore because they become Jeff Bezos clients on Amazon. So that's one thing that you start to see in the self-publishing world. Some will put it on Amazon, but sometimes people want to connect with their audience to tell them different things. But I'm going to go do both. You know what I mean? I'm going to do both.
Yeah.
And yeah, self-publishing guideline. I think I should run a course too. I think if I've dropped 4 books, I
Hey,
think.
cause and I and this is no diss to the authors that want to go through publishers and
No, I don't diss them. No,
editors and stuff,
no,
but
no,
like
don't do
every
that.
you know what I heard? A great friend of mine, he's an author as well, and he's like, "This is my chance to tell my story." And I've actually thought about it. I'm like, do I want to tell my story? Oh, I don't know if I want to tell my
That's
story,
good.
but
That's good.
it's it's everyone has a story and everyone wants to be able to express it however they want. You do with rhyming and ebooks and everything. I do it with this platform telling a
Hmm.
story.
Hmm.
But I think just to get folks to read a little bit more, and knowing that everything, like the blueprint, is in books. Like
You
to
got
get
it.
wealthy is
Yeah,
in books.
big
Like
time.
like they're all there,
Yeah,
right? The
yeah.
story, the blueprint is there, and we should just learn how to embrace or see how we're able to tell our story. Whether
You
it's
got it.
like you've been journaling and stuff, and just know that you expressing your story, someone
Mhm.
needs to hear it,
Yeah, right,
right?
right. Yeah.
Um I'm like thinking of so many stories I've heard from folks, or even like me expressing my stories, and people are like, Camille, I'm so happy that you told us that,
Yep.
because we never realized that.
Hmm.
Or even someone mentioning today, they they believe like the blueprint of other races living together, like 10 people in one bedroom apartment,
Hmm.
which is kind of wild, but
Hmm.
they're able to all get houses eventually.
Hmm.
I was like,
Hmm.
yeah, the blueprint is here, and it's
Hmm.
mostly in books.
Hmm.
So we have to, one, start reading more or listening to audiobooks,
Hmm.
and then also tell your story, so someone is able to be like, aha, that's what I do,
You got it.
right?
Yeah, you're absolutely correct. And I think now with what I'm trying to do now is really having these books that family, a lot of the stuff you're going to hear with the dub plates I have is elevated ground sound with the family, is that a
Yeah.
lot of people, I've gotten a lot of feedback that families are coming to me, like mothers, fathers, hey, we read this book. We changed the title so it's I Can Be. One author parent also told me that when she reads it with her daughter, to
Yes.
change it to I Can Be instead of You Can Be. So we really want to make it, the reading an elevation experience so the people, the families can see themselves. And even if you don't see yourself, even if you're not a melanated person, like, ooh, can I read your books, Hezzy? Of course you can, because we can learn from each other. People will grab this book, and I have diverse, different images in this book, right? But
Mm,
there's also something, look at this, right? I have another person in here, right? I have all different kind of
100%.
students. I teach all children, right? So, but one thing I
Exactly.
wanted to say is, when we start reading about other cultures, it's like a window. We can get into their world. So the reading is some, they say, like a glass. They have it, I think, it's a glass window. You can, and the glass is, or a mirror that it can reflect us. So
There,
you and
yes.
I seeing ourselves, oh, this is a mirror. This looks like me when I had here. Boom, that's a mirror. And then you also, then you can have a window that you can look into other people's lives. Like, oh, okay, so I can look into someone's life, or then you can have a certain thing like it becomes like a glass door, or
Yeah.
so you can see a reflection. So I have a glass window, and I go into your
Mhm.
world. I do a reflection, and then there's one
See
more.
how to,
Yeah,
yes.
oh boy, they're like, "Oh, Mr. Literacy, come on, remember it right now. Please forgive me, all the critics.
Don't
Oh,
worry.
the tomatoes. Oh, But yeah,
No
there's three
tomatoes.
of
They're
them. I
still
think it
dumb.
is a glass door where you can start to see
Hmm.
the reflections of others and
Yeah.
ourselves. And then, yeah, the reflection of yourself, looking to somebody else's world, and I think connecting with one another. I'll figure it out.
And it's like
Yeah.
the light. It was like literally, I was about to call you or message you, and you were able
Yes.
to call me at the same time. I was
Yes.
like, what is going on?
Yep. There's that. That's some science right there that I'm trying to know what I am putting in my books too. The metaphysics.
Mm,
Metaphysics coming from the Greek word metaphysique, beyond nature. So we're talking about the spiritual world, where whenever we think of each other, there's a book I was reading. I'm always reading, by the way. Like I
yeah.
want to, let it be known that there's a correlation to writing. Is
Hmm.
it helps you, as you said, how you can spit out things within 6 months or whatever. There's also
Yeah.
connected to your imagination and
Hmm.
your ability to read as well. Reading and writing are married; they're going to be
Yes.
staying together forever. And yeah, there's a correlation to that. So I just want to touch base on that. So I read that in a book called The Synchronicity Key,
Hmm.
and the Synchronicity Key talks about the science, the metaphysical science that talks about when you start thinking about people, that there's actually light connecting to different people, and we have different chords and we're connected in different ways. So when I
Yes.
was thinking about you and you were thinking about me, and oh, you called each other, there's actually a science that's being studied about that in light. So I just wanted to add that in there. And I'm gonna
So big
find
up to the people that think about me and I think about them.
the same time exactly.
Ah. Because that's a crazy coincidence, and having a book about that will be even mine, like like what?
That's what they're saying. that mirrors, windows, and or sliding glass doors. I'm still on this thing. Like, I'm sorry, but I gotta find this thing. Like, that's how I can't let it slide. But I'm gonna continue the interview. Like, I'm not gonna be that guy. But
Yeah.
I'm
No
gonna tell
worries.
you that, yeah, it's not, because even you said coincidence. The
Hmm.
book starts to say that there's no coincidences, and you're talking about synchronicity. So
Yeah.
that's the whole thing, that everything is designed and everything is
Hmm.
aligning to you seeing certain people, meeting people. All that is, like, they're saying there's a grand design. So there's another book about, I think, I can't remember, the force field. I didn't read the other book, but I
You need
read
to do
this.
that for children as well.
Oh,
Or
yeah,
not
that's, yeah, we are.
children, yes,
Mm-hmm.
but maybe um teenagers,
Big time. I have
older
some stuff.
teenagers
Yep, we're
to
going to be
think
talking about.
about that. Because
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking about that and I'm like, we don't really acknowledge that until we're in our late teens, early 20s. We're like, huh. Even if I think back of like, ages ago with
Mm-hmm.
like high school and in my 20s, I was like the coincidence that happened, or even making sure I don't burn bridges. That is one thing.
Yep, you
We
got it.
need to do a book just like so. Honestly, I'm glad I haven't burned bridges. Some were burnt. I
Mm-hmm.
had to, but I was glad that I didn't um tarnish my reputation when I
Yep.
was younger,
Yep.
and still be able to, or others are still able to see that light in me
Mhm.
to work with me or collaborate with me and everything, because you never
Exactly.
know how resourceful someone's going to be in the
Mm.
future, so don't use people too.
See, that's the thing about manners. This morning I was in a meeting too, and we were talking
Mhm.
about Africa's culture connected to Korea, the respect for the elders, and the stories, the griots, the griots,
Mhm.
per capturing culture through oral storytelling. So I was
Yes.
listening to something about that today, and that is now the importance, where you're making a connection to what you're saying, is just about living right and having
Yep.
that moral code that is passed down generations about how we treat people. We would say, yeah, for what good, things like that, right? So, yeah, it
I
ties
always
that
love
in.
that saying.
Yeah,
I love
we're
that saying.
we're a proverbial people, and
Mhm.
I had to just get this for you because I couldn't let it slide. One of the most powerful frameworks I used in my career as a librarian was mirrors, windows, and sliding glass doors. Books are mirrors. When
Mm,
readers see their own lives reflected in the pages, that's the mirrors. When we seeing ourselves, oh, that looks just like me, right?
yes.
Books are windows when they
Mhm.
allow readers a view of lives and stories that are different from their own. So that's why if someone's like, oh, I'm not dark skinned, I'm not this, but yo, I love your stuff, I love to read, come on and read this and make it into a mirror, a window for you. And then books become sliding glass doors when readers feel transported into the world of the story and when they feel empathy for the characters.
Mm,
So this is very important, and we want to have a more empathetic world, is that the
mhm.
reading does allow that, and especially with the tech now, when I come with the interactive ebooks, when we can start going into different stories where it's a movie in a book, it's going to really have the ability to make a more empathetic world. So
Yes. Wait,
power.
I need you to say it. So books are mirrors
Yeah, it can be. So books have they can be viewed as mirrors to
as
different things. So
books.
they can be, books can be mirrors. When
Okay.
it's like how you and I are looking at it as melanated people, and you look like truly melanin. Oh my goodness, that's me. And it's just reflecting like that young girl I saw, and she's like this. Or
Yeah.
then it can also be a window, like,
Ah.
hey, maybe I'm not as melanated as these people, but I'm looking in, I'm seeing the importance of self care, I'm seeing the importance of the history of Egypt, and I can go and learn something, and that's okay. And then when it's a sliding doors, when I'm like, wait a second, I can feel how they're feeling. So then it makes me more human. You understand? I'm not looking at this set of people, and I'm reading their stories, and I'm starting to make connections on a humanistic level, a
Yeah.
human level. You
Oh.
understand? So,
I was
yeah,
trying to type it. I was like,
type it up. Don't worry. We got lessons upon lessons. I might have to go AI myself and just throw a lesson.
I
Play it.
can't wait to get an AI myself, because
Mhm.
I was just looking at like my growth. Even if one of your books, like they look like me when I was like 2017, 2018, and I'm like, even that. Okay, I'm not sure if you saw the thumbnail, but the thumbnails are avatars, and I can't wait to like have an updated avatar because, geez, my hair long so.
Yeah. And that's it. And that's what I do. I mean, I'm gonna put out all my services shortly. You know what I mean? But
Yes.
yeah, I can AI, get you into an avatar, make you talk, give you if you really want to collaborate to elevate. I can freestyle something about fitness finance, the fitness
Mm.
finance dance, and we talk about investments. Let's just do a freestyle right now. Like,
Let's
about
go. Let's
assets
go.
and liabilities. We want to
Hey.
heal up the educational realities, making
Mm,
sure these
mm.
children understand the paragraph and the math. Let them keep moving and make them hire their own staff as entrepreneurs, opening up doors, resisting against Babylon like I was a Duke Boer. Oh
Hey.
no, are we going to go back to Spain and learn about the Moors? Uh-oh, bringing in different type of technology and the number zero. Yes, I will come back to Egypt and call me the hero, like coming from the word Heru. That's what they call me, Hezzy. I just play around with stuff on the long drives. But we would start off with something like that,
Yes.
teach it
Yes.
to the
Yes.
grade fours, let them teach some
Mm,
more.
yeah.
Yeah. Link me. Link me.
Done. No. Done. No. So, Hizzy,
Link
how can
me.
the people find you? Cause
Oh yeah.
you know them have to come through and find you and things.
Exactly. After I come out from the bush.
Oh,
Yeah.
hold on. I had to say my famous golly, my famous question.
Yes, ma'am.
I'll say it one. I'll just say one because you said it before. What is one thing you wish you knew about money in the
Yes.
past?
Oh yeah.
Mm.
First thing that came to me, so I was gonna jump it, that you don't have to trade in hours to get it. You do not have to trade.
Mm.
It is not always linked to your hours of input. You can make money in different ways. And, so that, because I just wanted to go with what was in my spirit first when I answered it, but I
Yeah.
think that's one thing, that there's different
Mm.
ways that we can make money as a
Mhm.
people.
Mhm.
You and I were reasoning earlier on, I think, about, yeah, some different thoughts, yes, about different things.
Mm.
And one thing we can really focus on is different ways of making money that does not involve sweat, your sweat equity, like a dollar for an hour type of situation.
Mhm.
And we
Mhm.
talked about, we talk about reading. I've read Think and Grow Rich, and one of those chapters talk about imagination, right? So
I wish I had my stuff
being
beside me.
we want to teach these young people, because I know I was guilty of it too in school. Is just when you get a job, but then we have to say, wait a second, change your mindset, and you can
Exactly.
figure out different ways to monetize your skill set. So that's one thing that, in my bag of jobs that I have. In another world, I used to be a business coach. So when I
Hey.
see you at Fitness Finance, I'm like, I've done this before as well. You know, in my other, I used to help
Yes.
young people start their businesses. So in
Boom,
other
bam,
worlds, the grays are starting to show. I've done a few things on this planet. Done a few things.
boom,
Mhm.
bam, bam. And shucks, you did say yes, the old school way of thinking and changing your mindset. Actually, that's one thing. The mind is a crazy thing. The moment you feel like you're in a dark cloud, it messes up everything, whether it's financial, mental, physical and stuff. So I hope when folks read the books that they see that light at the end of the tunnel and be able to think of different ways and to have that creative mind when it comes to how to um, read more, how to get more money and not use the sweat equity, right?
Mhm.
That's the key thing about this crazy thing called life.
Yeah. And what came to me when you said that too was, if somebody is in that dark cloud, get
Mm,
help. I think in our community, like, finance is one thing, but your real wealth is your health. So we definitely need to normalize healthy human beings,
Yes.
especially as coming from Afro Caribbean. We have to now start talking about our mental health and making sure that we're healthy. And
Yeah.
if we're not healthy, figure
Hmm.
out how that we can get to our state of equilibrium and get to a state of where we are healthy. And talking about mental health in a way that, I'm in schools talking about mental health too, and I use the acronym AFT, AFT, making sure our actions are
Hmm.
healthy, our feelings are healthy, and our thoughts are healthy. And once we are able to normalize that, we can then, bring illumination to that dark cloud.
You know you gotta say that again. You can't. You can't say.
Yeah, what do I have to do? Oh, aft, AFT. You can write this down. So I'm
AFT.
gonna tell you another story too. I'm story man
Mhm.
Hezzy. I got stories for years, but here it is. AFT. I used to do FAT, but someone pulled me aside and said we don't want to do any fat shaming, right? So we have to be very mindful. AFT is for
Mm,
actions, F is for feelings, and T is for thoughts. So the young people are, we teach the young people about the triangle of mental health, right? So it's three
yeah.
different things that you want to keep balanced: your actions, your feelings, and your thoughts. And once you start to be able to do a self assessment, know
Hmm.
thyself with the ancient, African, ancient Egyptian, ancient Kemetic proverb, when you have know thyself, when you're able to do a self assessment and see how your actions are, your feelings and thoughts are, then you'll be able to really assess how you're feeling. And if you're
Yes.
not feeling that great, we have to
Hmm.
normalize now getting help. We don't have to, bury our feelings in silence, especially as men. There's a statistic that we leave the planet like 4 years, 5 years before you guys, and that is one
Mm,
reason because we keep a lot of things inside. So we definitely want to change that paradigm, change that way of thinking, and say,
yes.
"Hey, brother, you feeling good? No, I'm not. Okay, boom. Let's go and hold a reasoning. Let's go shut some stuff down. Let's go to your spot. What's going
Mm,
on? You know, I'm
hmm.
good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. No, you're not. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Just the fakery. Be fine. You have to tell certain people certain things, but you
Yes.
know, we just got to make sure that does not become
A
our.
safe space.
Yeah, that we have to start creating safe spaces for people to talk. Mm.
And when you say that, I think like yes, for the men to have that safe space, and ladies or gentlemen,
Yes,
not
yes.
to abuse
Hmm.
that vulnerability that they've just told you, to keep it a safe space and don't use
Yeah,
it as a weapon.
no.
But also there are some women out there that align with gentlemen, like just keep things to
Yeah,
themselves.
yeah,
So
yeah.
ch- check on your strong people.
Mm, mm,
They're the ones that try to hold it down, and or for the strong folks, find a safe space, find a person that you can open up to, whether it's professional help,
mm-hmm.
or a confidant friend, family. um just talk, because
Got it.
it
You got
it's
it.
these crazy times, especially with the clips and everything.
Yeah. Solar flares. Yep. A lot of things, a
Right.
lot of downloads, a lot of things changing. So yeah, we just gotta.
And it's Mercury retrograde, golly.
Right. So a lot of people don't mess around with the Mercury retrograde. People don't make decisions. People stay in their homes. Yeah, a
Mm.
lot of interesting things. A lot of interesting things going on.
Guilty.
I know. I know. Everyone's got their systems. You know what I mean, and that's fine. Everyone's got their systems.
Oh
That's,
man. And
mm.
Hizzy, how can the folks find you? Tell them where to find you
Yeah,
next
you gotta
in the
find me. You can
summertime.
find me. Let's start off on the gram.
Mm.
Hezzy elevates mind. So let's see.
There it goes. Pam, 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 pam,
Yeah,
pam.
let's
There.
yeah, boom. Let's take off the trulymelanin.com. That's I got some work to do on that one, you know what I
Got
mean? That
it,
was an
got
old
it,
one. I dropped that one and I said, let me take that back. Let me just focus on Hezzy Elevates Minds right now.
got
And
it,
the
got it, got it.
yes, that looks
Boom,
real good. I
bam,
like how
bam.
you get this thing quick. Yeah,
Really
perfect.
quick, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's nice. So I remember when you first got this platform, so you're doing
Right?
great work. Yeah, so yeah, you
Thank
learned this thing
thank
fast, man. That's good. That's good. Yeah, but yeah,
Boy.
so that's how they can get me. And,
Awesome.
hit me up at Hezzy Elevates Mind. You can get me at hezzyelevatesminds.com. Reach out to me. You can
Mm.
email me and we can, if you want a reason. Oh, and you can take a look at my video. I did
Yes.
with the dub plate art, DPA dub plate art that I did with Sizzla, Rise to the Occasion. If you want some of your videos to look like that, you can link me. Yeah, just link me. You know,
You know we're gonna talk after, right?
of course. Yeah,
Because
link me.
hey,
Yeah,
jeez,
but yeah,
actually,
I'm getting calls. My daughter saying I gotta come downstairs.
oh
You
yes,
know.
yes, don't
Yeah.
worry, because I
Hmm.
I got a place to be and I'm gonna be
Hmm.
late, but they already it is what it is.
It is
But
what it is.
Hizzy, thank
Yes,
you
ma'am.
so much. I'm glad we were able to link up last week and connect and support one of our greatest friends, Christopher Lawrence.
Yes,
Big
yes.
up Frequency Event Promotions.
Frequency event promotions. Big them
He's
up. Big
he's
them
one
up.
of the good people that I have in my corner, right? So
Yes, our
and you,
good
of
brother
course.
Chris. Yes, yes, yes. My good sister over there. Yes, yes, yes.
So peace and love, and folks, make sure you
Yes.
like,
Hmm.
comment, share, tell a friend, and check on your strong folks. All right.
Yes. Check on your people. Get the
Mm.
books. Hit
Get
me up.
the
I'll
books.
get the
Yes,
books. If you want some
exactly.
self-publishing consulting, you have the book in your mind. You're like, yo, Hezzy, I just need some help. Yo, you want to get an avatar? Link me. Want to get a book? Link me.
Link
You know,
us.
link me. And we'll
Oh.
forever, eternally stay elevated. All right. I've got to run.
All
Blessings to
right.
you all. You can do anything you
Blessing.
put your mind to.
Peace out.
Elevation. All right.
You
All right.
see it.
Thank you, sister. Yeah, you link me
Oh,
too, sister. We'll go make some of those books for the fitness finance.
best believe.
All right.
All right.
Blessings to you
Peace.
all. Thank you so
Peace.
much for the opportunity. All right. Blessings.
Mm.
All right. Bye bye.
I just wanna be free with my